Welcome to Tokyo Tuesday, and if you're a regular viewer,
welcome back.
That was pretty good timing.
Hey, nailed it.
Today, Sherry has come out to Asakusa to join me in showing you something that I've wanted to show you for a while. The best breakfast place in the city, at least in the city of Asakusa. So I've got my own personal favorite breakfast place, and it's what's called a Kisaten. You know what, I want to explain to you guys what a Kisaten is. So the way I'm going to explain this is in about 3 parts. I'm going to start with my explanation, and then we're going to go and I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to get Sherry to explain more detail. So the most basic way to think about it is a Kisaten is kind of like a cafe. It's more like an old traditional Japanese cafe that looks like it was built in like the 80s or 70s.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Ooh. I have a personal favorite that I have been going to for nearly 10 years for breakfast, and I'm gonna bring Sherry there today. So these Kisaten are pretty common in Tokyo. How about Matsuyama?
I don't think so. There are a few, but I don't think I've ever been to any Kisaten in my life. Maybe when I was little with my grandma or something.
Yeah, I feel like a quintessential feature of these Kisaten or old cafes are just getting to enjoy some time with the local elderly.
Yeah.
Because they're always there. Right over here is a street called Denpoin Dori or Denpoin Street. And this is it right here, Royal Coffee. So one of my favorite parts about this place, did you see the menu?
Really? Okay. What?
When coming out to these types of cafes, a couple of important points to remember. Usually the prices aren't super great and the portions are really small. This place has morning sets for like $5-6, pretty much all inclusive, and the food here is really good. They have like hot sandwiches and you know, let's go in. Announcements, okay. I personally am a fan of the B set. I get almost the exact same thing every single time I come here. If I come in the morning, I get the B set. If I come in the afternoon, I'll usually get like a hot sandwich or something like that. Their minced meat hot sandwich is really, really good. Sherry and I got into a really interesting talk about the kanji of Kisaten and what it means and everything like that, but the food's coming soon, so we're gonna eat and we will cover that right after.
Bitter.
Yeah, I really like the coffee here because it's got a really deep roasted taste. But if you're not into like really bitter coffee, it might not be for you. I thought for sure Sherry was gonna be like, this coffee is amazing. But as always, that was a really good breakfast. What did you think? Why is that so bright? I just adjusted it. What did you think?
It was good, good.
Very descriptive. It's so descriptive.
I'm full.
Yeah, and we got really lucky in there as well. Because you see, they've actually made like a no filming rule as of recently, but they're like, since you've been coming so long, we'll give you this one last chance, but then no more. So this might be the last time I can actually put this place on video. Alright, now that we found a quiet spot, there's something that we were talking about that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's pretty relevant to the whole Kisaten discussion and understanding what a Kisaten is. So let's start with the kanji. Which way would the kanji go?
Like
Kisaten. We'll go, okay.
I think.
Okay, so let's start by breaking down that kanji. So what does the kanji actually mean?
Okay, so first kanji, kitsu, that means smoking, like kitsuen, smoking. And the second kanji is cha, so it's drinking tea. And then last one, 10, is mise, so it's a shop.
So the original concept of this was just to sit down, have some tea or coffee, and smoke. Yeah, you were saying that like originally these were like the afternoon hangouts for salarymen, right?
Yes. Sometimes they have meetings and just like grab some books and just read there and drinking coffee and smoking and just like relax.
All of those things. One of the reasons that I chose Royal is because there are a lot of Kisaten here in Asakusa, and a lot of them you'll walk in, it's smoke in your face and you're like, nope. Did you smell smoke when we went in there?
No, not at all.
Yeah. As we were leaving, we noticed that there was like people, like one guy near the door smoking.
Yeah.
I actually very rarely see people smoking in there. But if smoke is something that bothers you, avoid Kisaten altogether because, well, smoking.
Yeah.
If you're like not particularly bothered by it at all, then you're usually pretty good. But on that note, there's something this way that I want to show you guys. Cherry, remember how I said there's like an entire place like covered by leaves that's all little Kisaten and restaurants?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right over here. You'll find this covered arcade here, this Shotengai. Now, you can access this spot through the Shotengai, but I like to pass the Shotengai just a little bit over to here. Do keep in mind that since we're recording this in like the winter, it might not actually be covered with leaves.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna use my imagination then.
actually, there was a sign for it. There's a sign right there, and I probably just should have showed it.
Vine's famous restaurant street.
There we go. That's the best trend.
Yay!
That's the best translation I've ever heard. Vine's famous restaurant street. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's professional translation work right there.
Nailed it!
So this is it here.
Oh, interesting.
It is, right?
Yeah. I think my kindergarten had something like this outside, yeah.
There's like little restaurants like over here.
Okay.
There's a couple going down this way. And then this entire section right here.
Neat.
I can ask them if we can see what inside the shop looks like. Arigatou gozaimasu. They said okay. So this is basically just one of the bars on the street, just a little place to drink and hang out. It's mostly for the locals, but it's not exclusive of anybody else that wants to come and check the place out. And the entire street is little bars and stuff like this. So slightly off topic from the Kisaten thing, but still a really cool spot here in Asakusa that I wanted to show you guys. And I've lost Sherry. Oh, hi.
What is this?
I don't know what that is. I really don't. This area is one of the areas that made me fall in love with Asakusa just because of how friendly the locals are. So you just ask, can I record your shop? And they're like, yeah, go for it. So, and this right here is also a nice little coffee shop when it's open. And that actually lines up right with the street we were just on, which is blown out. You can't see it, but. Did you just spend 2 minutes following the pigeons?
Yeah, I did. They go into the shop.
Yeah, they do. They do. We have gone so far off track from the topic of talking about like the best breakfast in. Did you know they have one with ice cream?
What?
Yeah. The calories are off the charts, but they actually like stuff ice cream into the melon pan.
Looks good.
And then as we get out of here, we're basically at Sensoji Temple. You can smell the plum blossom.
I know.
Like spring. How is spring almost here? What is the date even? We're like only at the end of February and spring is already almost here. By the way, if you're gonna be in Tokyo before the cherry blossom season, you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss the cherry blossoms. Check out plum blossoms. There are tons of areas around Japan that have plum blossom groves. They're just as beautiful, if not more beautiful in some ways. Some of them are more colorful.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah, plum blossoms. It is getting really, really hot. It's warm today.
It is.
like a down jacket was a poor choice. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. It gives you potentially somewhere new to go for breakfast. It's definitely my favorite spot. I don't know, maybe I'll see you there. Sherry, are you gonna hang out in the comments with me on this one?
Of course.
Also, a note on the plum blossoms, I would be going to show them to you guys, but pretty much as I'm releasing this video, like I think I'm gonna be clicking publish and then hopping on a plane to Brisbane, Australia. Drone time. Now for the part of the video that's just for those of you who stuck around to the end because, well, you guys are my favorites anyway. It's my first time going to Australia and I could not be more excited about it. I've never been to Australia before and it's been a dream ever since I was a little kid. And speaking of Australia, one of you sent me a box from Australia with a wonderful note. So I just want to say thank you to Lisa, L-I-Z-A. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's got popcorn in it. Cheese popcorn. I don't even have words. Coming clean, there was actually a lot more in the box. In fact, there was a whole nother bag of popcorn, but I already ate it because I couldn't wait. So thank you very much. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video today though. Sherry's also going to be releasing a video pretty much at the exact same time that I'm releasing this one. So I'm going to link that at the end so you guys will be able to watch that. Also, I really enjoyed this note, by the way, which details very clear instructions on how to do what Australians call the Tim Tam Slam, which I will be doing. Sherry's agreed to hang out with us down in the comments, so let's hang out there for a little bit when this video is released, and I guess I will see you in the next video, more than likely from Australia. Also, podcast listeners knew that I was going to Australia like a week ago.